We've now seen the shifting attitudes in China, so let's shift across the Pacific to the United States, a vast country of nearly 350 million people with different backgrounds and different perspectives, some of which are slowly changing. When you think of Washington, D.C., you think power, the White House, the U.S. Congress, the skillful operators, lobbyists on K Street. Kevin Burdett just moved here from South Carolina to be a part of it all.
If you have found something that you want to strive for and you start setting out goals for that, once you start seeing yourself achieve those goals, I feel like that is success in itself. It's as simple as that.
And do you think your definition of success may evolve over the years?
I think so. I think once there's more things that I have purpose to.
We went on a quest on purpose and ended up a few letters uptown at U Street. This intersection was at the intersection of the 1960s race riots here. These blocks are still home to some of the city's most effective grassroots activism. Inside this popular and progressive bookstore/cafe, we find Matthew Officer reading about Barack Obama. What does having power mean for you?
The ability to influence policy, the ability to influence public opinions.
So, do you have power?
Not right now. I have power in the sense of what I can control for myself, educating myself, being aware and being open to conversations. And I feel that in our generation, especially my generation, we tend to just kind of block our ears to every other voice that doesn't already reinforce our preconceived notions of people.
Just blocks away from the White House, this historically black college, one of the country's best. Many of the students at Howard University say things were better under the previous president. Landy Watley says Barack Obama gave her hope.
There was a message of unity, of we all can, there was a we, whereas people don't feel like that Donald Trump, there is a message of we.
So does Donald Trump give you hope?
No, but he gives me hope that the good people of America will stand up for what we are about, and and not let that divisive rhetoric continue to divide and feed what is bad versus what makes us who we are and what is good.
Donald Trump's surprise victory last year surprised most of D.C.'s residents. More than 90% of them voted for his rival, Hillary Clinton. His win brought a new wave of ambitious conservatives to this otherwise liberal capital. Republican John Decker made the move here a few years earlier.
People who work in politics, especially young professionals who work in politics, maybe are not as eager to converse with those who have views that are different than theirs.
So Republicans now control the White House and Congress. Has it gotten any easier?
Oh, I wouldn't say so. I think that especially as a young single guy in Washington, D.C., one of the things that you notice a lot is you get the question of, did you vote for President Trump? And I did vote for President Trump, and I'm not particularly ashamed of my vote, and I understand that for some that might be difficult to hear.
Students at this nearby campus don't have to hear any of it. Gallaudet is America's biggest university for the deaf, but silence offers no escape. Keith Doan studies politics here. He spent a summer interning for a U.S. congressman.
It's gotten to the point where I've started doing less reading. I don't want to know everything because the noise is too much.
So what is your message to the people who are yelling at each other?
One of the failures of our democracy and this situation is that we're not keeping an open mind. We have access to liberal and conservative news, and most people read either one side or the other. Our focus has been so divided. It's important that we are reading the media that both sides are consuming, that we are looking at all perspectives, that we understand the whole picture.
The whole picture, a reminder that Americans come in all sorts of stripes, sometimes divided by sharp lines. Nationwide, we're seeing more and more politically pronounced divisions. They're being inflamed by and reinforced through social media, a shift towards the us and the them, those with power and those without. It hasn't always been that way, which gives some optimism that the pursuit of common ground may someday successfully prevail again. Roee Ruttenberg, CGTN in Washington.